Hi there, it's Rick with Musician's Edition, back with page 14 today in the Tenor Saxophone Book 2. So let's get right to it. At the top of the page we have a new term. That term is chord. A chord is when two or more notes are played at the same time. Since the saxophone is an instrument that cannot play more than one note at a time, we cannot play a chord on the saxophone. What we do instead is an arpeggio, which is an outline of the chord. In other words, the notes of the chord are played but one at a time. In order to create a chord with band instruments, you need at least two, and they have to be playing different notes at the same time. All right, in number 63, we have a new note. That note is low E flat. We already had the upper E flat with the thumb, but this is E flat without the thumb. So the fingering is all three fingers of the left hand, all three fingers of the right hand, and the top pinky key with the right hand. No thumb. And low E flat sounds like this. All right, so let's go on to number 63, which is called band arrangement. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, number 64, Danish Roll. First of all, make sure you see the DC Alfine at the end of the second line. So make sure you pay attention to that. Also note the time signature, which is cut time. Remember, cut time, just quick review, is the same as 2/2. And so what it means is there are two beats in a measure, and a half note gets one count. So in the first measure, we have 4 quarter notes, so the counting would be 1 and 2 and. And in the second measure, we have a half note and 2 quarter notes, counted 1, 2 and. All right, so remember, 2 beats in a measure. All right, here we go. 1, 2. All right, and then 65 is called Russian Sailor's Dance. This one's a little longer, and there are quite a few eighth notes and some skips and things like that. So I would encourage you to start first with small sections and work those up so that you can play them well before you try to put the entire thing together. Notice the DC Alfine once again, just like the last song, treat it the same way. And notice the B flat and the key signature. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1. All Lots of articulation in that one to pay attention to. Accents are important. There's syncopated rhythms in the second measure, fourth measure, and others. And then staccatos at the beginning of the middle of the second line in that second section. So pay attention to all those things. Adding those in will help it make it sound like it's supposed to.
This lesson is brought to you by the Musician's Edition practice book. Make goals and keep track of progress throughout the whole year. When you're done with this video lesson, don't forget to mark this practice time in your Musician's Edition practice book. Now back to the video.
All right, 66, chord capers. Once again, it's not going to sound like chords because we can only play one note at a time, but this is an outline of chord. Played the notes one at a time. So here we go. One, two, three. And the second part. 2, 3. So we have an indication there of a major chord, first two measures, and then a minor chord, last two measures. The one difference is E natural in the first measure, E flat in the third measure. That difference in that note determines whether it's major or minor. So you can hear the difference. All right, in number 67, we have a different fingering for the note B flat. There are actually 3 different fingerings for the note B flat, but we're learning the one of them today. So the fingering is, we call it the 1-and-1 pretty often because it's first finger of the left hand and the first finger of the right hand. It is very useful if you're going between the notes F and B flat. You can just keep the right hand finger, first finger down, and go back and forth that way rather than using the side key. So it does make that easier. So you can do that in the upper register with the thumb or in the lower register without the thumb. So we have a little exercise there to practice using the 1-and-1 fingering. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Just comparing the 2 different fingerings for B flat, they should sound generally the same. They might be just a little bit different. But here's the normal fingering with the side key. And the other. So slight difference, but close enough so that it's very useful to use. All right, we have an accelerator, so we turn to page 41. Actually, there are 2, 67A and 67B. More work with the alternate B flat fingering. So make sure when you're working on these that you are using the alternate B flat fingering where it is indicated. And I will start with 67A. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we have 67B, 2, 3. All right, I will see you next time. Good luck with that page.